Good evening, everybody. Shift your mindset here with a new episode and the new updates from the annual meeting. I just dragged myself to more than 3 hours of the annual meeting, but I did it for me and you guys. And it's fresh, this news. It's just finished the meeting, so it's fresh. I was watching it. A big thanks to my wife because she was bringing me some Coke, some coffee, and I needed it because it was a word salad from the beginning till the end, and you're being confronted with videos, cringy songs, videos of all stuff. But let's cut to the chase. We started with some beard jokes from Flegel, I believe it is, governing body member. And they were laughing all about it. And I think, oh, how pathetic. You laugh about a new change, what could be done 100 years ago. But let's start with that. Nobody could take pictures, no videos, and you are not allowed to share notes in the annual meeting. But hey, I'm sharing my notes because I wasn't present at that time. At that place, Newburgh location. I don't know where it is, but they were there. So Flegel started with a song and with some exciting news that thousands are back into the organization who were removed. There were some adjustments to the beards and the dresses and enormous blessing on the growth of Bible studies. I believe they just started with it in this month, but they already know that there's a big growth from Bible studies. Some lame jokes between things. We live in exciting times, blah, blah, blah. We have a privilege to glorify Jehovah. Gerrit Loesch. And in the talk from Gerrit Loesch, he was about Jehovah deserves glory, elders deserve glory. How can you glorify God? By your conduct, by prayer, stuff like that. And then, suddenly, out of the open, there was an announcement that they were adding 2 governing body members. Brother Jody Jedele and Brother Jacob Rumpf. And while I was listening to the announcement, I was Googling Jacob Rumpf, but I couldn't find a picture. But I could find a picture of Jody Jedele, both from the service committee. I think the service committee also handles the CSA cases, I believe. So they are familiar with it, so they can be a big help in the governing body. So that's the biggest announcement in the first talk, 2 new governing body members. And I believe that I heard it right, that the second one, Brother Jacob Rumpf, who I couldn't find online, is only serving in battle from the year 2020. So, a fresh helper. Brother Jody Jedele, I don't know if I pronounce it, he's white as can be, was a real estate agent before he went to battle. How convenient is that, people? That we have a governing body member who is a real estate agent. So now we're going from 9 men to 11 men. Brother Hurt, I didn't see him in the annual meeting. Brother Led was giving a talk, but he had a lot of back pain. So it's an uneven number again. And I think you need an uneven number because when you are voting, there have to be a majority. So I don't know if it's going to be a strategic thing, that they're going to push a certain agenda more, and that the old guys, they can shove to the side, but to, I think, pretty young governing bodies like Winder and Fliegel. So, and that was a little bit the base of everything else in the meeting, because this was the biggest announcement so far. 2 new governing body members. Between the other news that I received was Geoffrey Winder. And Geoffrey Winder had a talk about that we need brothers on the branch committee, we need brothers on the construction committee or construction thing, because people on the branches are getting older and older. So we have 2, I think, relatively young governing body members for what we used to have. And now they were pushing for young blood. From that moment on, it was pushing for younger people. And then we come to the second news item. I don't know if it's big, but they were reducing the minimum age for battle service. It was 19 years old. For me, extremely young, but hey, who am I? Now they're going to 18. Effective immediately, the governing body has decided. Not Jehovah, not Jesus, the governing body has decided. And I think they are losing a war at the moment for the young people to keep them in the congregation and in the religion. And they are pushing now the minimum age till 18. They're reducing the age. And why? Because Jehovah is blessing us with so much growth. Okay. The current future needs more young men and benefit as soon as possible from our specialist training. They were talking to the overseer to push this agenda, to encourage young people to get a career at Bethel. They were pushing the elders next, to inspire people who are sitting on the fence, to push them towards Bethel. Then they were talking to the parents of the children. How much do you encourage your child to go into Bethel service? So they are busy reshuffling the deck. We see that the governing body member, first news, 2 new members reshuffling the deck. Then the branch committee reshuffling the deck. Hey, old people, thank you for your service, but we are needing more young men in this moment. So then Mark Sanderson came on. Praise Jehovah. Almost 9 million JWs. Global expansion in the last 140 years. And then he goes to the expansion. And then I was thinking, hey, I've got you. Because what was he saying? Expansion. Oh, so much expansion. Yeah, expansion where? Mozambique. Highest attendees on the memorial. Angola. Congo. Philippines. He wasn't talking about the United States. He wasn't talking about the Netherlands. He wasn't talking about South Africa, where I live. He wasn't talking about Western civilizations. No, the poor African countries who look up to someone who's going to save them and who gives them a purpose in life. There was the expansion. But also a very smart word salad from Mark Sanderson, because He was not talking about all the kingdom halls who are sold right now all around the world. They are building some in Africa maybe, but the global expansion is not good. Then he went again to the young people agenda, because we need missionaries, we need young people. 36 people were sent to Madagascar and whatever. I was talking about numbers. So with this second one, I think it's very, very, very important to be scary, because they are targeted, the young ones, more than ever. Because they were talking to the parents, the elders, the circuit overseer, to push the young ones further down into the religion. To become missionaries, to become Bethelites, to become whatever. So they know that they are losing a war at the moment. And who's gonna be collateral damage? The young ones. And I pray for the young ones that they are developing, that this generation of young ones, like in society around us, they are more critical thinkers than the generation before them. And I hope and I pray that those young ones don't get caught up in this religion to fulfill an unfulfilling purpose. Third big news. The governing body, again, decided the School of Kingdom Hall, what is it, SKA. You have to be 21 years of age. They lowered the age to go to the School of SKI. School, Kingdom Hall, Kingdom, I don't know what it means, but it's for more in the ministry. So then it was time for Jeffrey Jackson with his beard. And the news was, there's now a different view on 2 items. And the key word you guys have to remember is sudden. Suddenly. We think, the world changes gradually, bit by bit. And we have room to wiggle and we can change things if we want. There's enough time and stuff like that. But it was also a word salad. It was a lame apology kind of thing. It was a little bit awkward to listen to, I have to confess. But it was about 2 things. One is the anointed ones. That was the news. Because we always thought, where I posted a video on a few weeks ago or a few days ago, so I don't remember anymore, that in my time, in the 80s, 90s, the numbers of the anointed ones went down. But you see the last years, they go up. And he was thinking, hey, how can it be possible? And the numbers went up. So now the new understanding of the anointed ones and the numbers go up is, like he said, that all anointed ones keep active till suddenly they get reassigned. And reassigned is they go to heaven. So we were always thought that's why we had helpers in the branch committee or helpers on certain levels inside Bethel, the headquarters, who could take the lead when Armageddon was almost there or whatever. They lead us to Armageddon and stuff like that. That was a teaching. And now it's the anointed ones keep being active till suddenly they get called to heaven. The second new thing is about the tribulation. Because Revelation 17:17 said something about one thought. And we always thought that the old light is that all the governments turn on false religion and the beast and Armageddon is coming, blah, blah, blah. And now, the one thought from that scripture, he said, refers to nations willing to hand over the power to the United Nations. And he called it the United Nations. So instead of that all the governments are coming after false religion, now all the nations willingly hand over their power to the United Nations. So all political powers in the world, they give for a short period, because there's in that scripture said 1 hour, so he said it's a short period. They hand over, they're giving the United Nations all the power, and the United Nations will destroy false religion. So Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-yang, who is the guy from North Korea, China, Iran, they're gonna hand over willingly all their political powers to the United Nations, and they will destroy false religion. And suddenly, also, just like the anointed ones, keyword is suddenly. So the message behind this is you see things going up in anointed ones, and you see in the Western world there's not much religion left. People are not believing in God anymore that much. But in Africa and in South America, people are still believing. Religion is a big thing. Even here in Africa, religion is a big thing. So you think, oh, it can go on for much more years, and because all the governments have to attack false religion. But here, look in Africa, religion is a big thing. Look in South America, but religion is still a big thing. So you can ease and you can sit back and lean back and stuff like that. But no. Suddenly, Jehovah gives that one thought into the United Nations, and everybody in the world gives the power to the United Nations, and the United Nations will destroy false religion. And then shit hits the fan, because then we have the Great Tribulation. So they bringing back the urgency with the word sudden. And I think they had to do that at this moment, because you have to kill two birds with one stone in this meeting. Why? Because this could fuel the complacency of the JWs. The JWs are getting fed up with this idea of the numbers going up, so it would not happen in a short period of time. And also with what I said, with the world powers, you see somewhere religion is less of a thing, like in Europe. Most people don't believe in God anymore. But in Africa, you see that this religion is still a big thing. So the JWs were on their way to lean back, maybe, to think, oh, can go on for another 20 years or something. But they made it, they are so clever, manipulative in that way, because you kill two birds with one stone after this meeting. Because you bring back the urge in the people. They did it in the last broadcast. They say, oh, don't focus on paradise. But now what they're doing now, they flip-flopping, they word salad, they changing things. And now suddenly the urge to stay loyal and faithful to Jehovah, and it can happen anytime, any day. It can happen in 5 minutes. I couldn't complete this video because suddenly Jehovah gives one thought to the United Nations, everybody hands over the power and false religion is being attacked. It's so manipulative, but clever in a bad way. Don't get me wrong, clever in a bad way that they say this at this time. So the JWs, the fire is coming back. They're ready for battle again. So then we had a little talk about how many people have returned who were removed by the organization. 5,000 in the United States and 5,000 there and whatever. So reinstatement, Jehovah's merciful, Jehovah loves you, come back. Reinstatement can be done within 1 month, no problem. So then Kenneth Cook came, also not much to mention about it. What we have to tear down and what we have to build up. What we have to tear down zijn unrepentant ones, so me. And most of you who are watching. The unrepentant ones we have to tear down. And which one we will build up? The ones who are repentant. And they can be reinstated very quickly. So it ended, and that's the worst thing. I thought after LED and stuff like that, about paradise and how good our brain is and millions of gigabytes of storage, and I think, oh, let it be done. But after LED we had David Splane as last speaker. It was they saved the worst for last. It was give Jehovah glory and stuff like that, and he was reading a poem and stuff like that. It was awful. So these are the changes. 2 governing body members added to the 9. So we have 11. 2 new people. We have a change on the age for battle. We have to change for the School of Kingdom, I don't know, SKA 21. We have a change on the view of the anointed ones, that they go up, but suddenly they get called to heaven and the great tribulation will start. We have a change on the things in what's going on before the tribulation. So instead of the governments are going after false religion individually, they hand over all religions and political powers, hand over their power willingly to the United Nations, and the United Nations are going to attack false religion. So no changing for the literal number of 144,000, what I thought. Birthdays are still a no-go. So if you planned your birthday, cancel it, everybody. So these were the new changes. Let me know what you think of it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much that you listen to this channel, that you engage in the comments. Then let me know what you think about the 2 people who are just appointed as new governing body members. They also be anointed, I think, because that's the criteria. One was a real estate agent, what I could find out in short time of period. In the next few days I'm gonna research a little bit more about who they are. The other one is unfindable for me right now, but sure we get the information for that. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'm gonna detach from the cringy videos, Caleb and Sophie, and all the cringy songs they were playing, and people are applauding like sheep. Not funny jokes, but they're still applauding. Governing body members making fun of beards and jokes about beards. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I tell you that. So I'm gonna relax. Thank you for watching, people. I'm gonna shift my mindset into the mindset of freedom and my own critical thinking again. I'm gonna eat something with my wife, and let me know what you think about this, all those news I gave to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button for this video, subscribe to the channel for getting more information later on this week for sure. So thank you for watching and have a beautiful evening, people.